Sara Kellen was on the Hill today to provide testimony in regards to the Jeffrey Epstein saga. She was Jeffrey Epstein's personal assistant. See, Sara Kellen wasn't on the edges of the Epstein operation. She was named in civil suits. She recruited girls. She walked away in 2008 with immunity from a non prosecution agreement that was itself a scandal. That's not a bystander, that's operational. Now she's back. And the first thing out of her mouth is that she was a victim. Here's my problem with that. The victimization defense existed in 2006. It existed in 2007. It existed in 2008 when she was actively being pursued as a co-conspirator. She had every incentive to use it then. She didn't. She took the immunity, went quiet, and stayed quiet for nearly 2 decades. That defense only surfaces now, when the political heat is back on and the names are starting to matter again. That's not a moral reckoning. That's positioning. And then she drops this line. I was in rooms with world leaders. You don't get to use that as a credibility claim and then refuse to name names. That's not testimony. That's leverage. She's telling Congress, I know what matters, while keeping the actual intel as personal insurance. Congress should have pressed that into the ground and didn't. Which brings me to the real issue. Congress has the framework to end this game right now. You either cooperate fully, names, dates, locations, documentation, or the co-conspirator designation stands and we revisit the immunity you were handed under a corrupt deal. That's it. No middle lane. You're either an integral part of the solution or you accept that you are a complicit participant. The documentation for option B already exists. The reason that framework never gets used isn't procedural. It's political. The members asking the softest questions have the most interest in the testimony staying vague. Watch the pattern. Partial victimhood is real. Coercion exists on a spectrum. But partial victimhood does not erase full complicity, especially when you had nearly 20 years to come forward and chose not to. If the moral clarity is genuine, the path is simple. Give everything: names, location, corroboration. What she's doing instead is threading a needle, claiming enough victimhood to avoid charges while protecting enough information to avoid retaliation from people who are still in power. Congress has the tools to close that gap. The question is whether anyone in that room actually wants to. I'm Keith. This is Keith Speaks. Ask better questions.